Hey, what's up, everybody, and welcome to the Focus on Greatness podcast. I am your host, Hiram Roche, and as always, it is an honor to be able to be here with my Greatness tribe. Hey, listen, I have missed you all. I enjoyed the time that I was able to get off. I did get some time to spend with my family, support my wife. She had some things that she was doing on last month. So I'm so thankful that y'all allowed me the opportunity to be able to take that time to be able to spend with my family and get some real good timing in. It allowed me to be able to do, I would say, some refocusing for myself, to be able to kind of see some things with it when it comes to reference to my boys. Because as we all know, as a parent, as a father, time can get away with you, man. And you doing life and working and doing all the things that we do, sometimes we can lose that pulse of where our family is, where your children is. And so this allowed me to be able to take some time to really get some time to put my finger back on that pulse and be able to really kind of like relocate where they are, having some dialogue and conversations with them about this next season of their life. It was very, very grand, that I would say for me. And so I'm thankful again that I have a tribe like you that allowed me and allows me these moments of opportunity that I can be able to spend and do what I do and love to do. And that is to be a family man, a husband, a friend, a father. So with all that being said, hey, listen, before we took this small little time of break, we were diving into a series of conversations, and basically these conversations was helping us to deal with this concept that we were dealing with, talking about the systems. Now we all have different systems that we deal with and that we function in, but the system that we have been talking about is really the system within our own selves. We've talked about in dealing with our system of our thinking, our systems in talking about our emotions. And I did not want to not have this part of the conversation because I believe that these conversations specifically is going to be vitally important for our progress, for where we're going next, for what we're going to be able to accomplish. I believe that these conversations are important because if we do not have these dialogues, if we do not have this talk about these different systems, the way that we think about things, the way that we think about ourselves, if we do not deal with the system of how our emotion works. And then what we're going to start talking about on tonight, which is talking about the system of our belief system, of how we believe, not talking about per se, do you believe in something, more so talking about the system of how we believe in ourselves. And I think during this time frame I've been able to have, again, some time to think and some time to examine, and time with my family. But also I take these moments also to be able to take some time to examine me, and as well as have some moments where I've been able to really dive into certain conversations that has kind of revealed certain things about myself. And it goes right into where we are in this conversation. So I want to be able to just lean in a little practical, in this conversation, and we'll just see how this dialogue goes. So I was talking with a friend of mine, and they had gave me a call because they were about to engage in something, right? And while they're about to dive into whatever they're about to get into, they called me to be able to get some insight, some wisdom. Um, and automatically, what ended up happening is I downplayed it first off, like first bet, like, why did you call me? There's so many different other people that you can call. Why did you think that I would be able to give you some wisdom, some insight in this specific scenario? Well, their response is, first off, man, you gotta stop doing that. You got to stop not believing in who you are and what you carry and what you bring to the table. You have to start believing that you have something that people do want. I'm just giving these context, right? These statements. And so as we were dialoguing and they shared what they needed, I was able to give unto them some guidance, I guess you would say, from my standpoint, from my experience. And once I gave this insight, once I gave the guidance, once I gave this thought process of where I came from, their answer was, in a nutshell, this is exactly what I needed. And so after I finished that conversation, I sat back and just started to think about, again, this concept of us believing in ourselves. And I think sometimes with myself, I'll say this. I think sometimes the reason why it's so difficult for us to be able to believe in ourselves, in our ability, in what we bring to the table, is because sometimes we feel like what we bring or what we have done or what we think we have, we think sometimes it's not good enough. We can compare it to what we think other people are bringing to the table. And so in our minds, it can be that the reason I can't believe in myself in this area, that I have something that is good enough, that I have something that is strong enough, that I have something that is powerful enough to be able to impact the lives of people. The reason why I struggle with this context is because, one, I'm looking at what I feel like other people do or what other people bring, and I feel like mine is not on the same level. Maybe I don't have that much experience. Maybe I don't have that much knowledge. Maybe I didn't go to school for this. Maybe I don't do this well, or maybe I feel like I don't do that well. It's a variety of different reasons of why we feel like we cannot believe in the ability and the strength that we have. But what I'm realizing is that the reason, let me pause it. What I'm realizing is that some of the mindset is a part of the reason the reason why we feel like we can't bring these things has nothing to do with you don't have it, or it's not good enough, or it's not at another level than you probably think. Sometimes I know for me, the reason why I feel like that I don't believe in me is because there has been moments where I tried something and it didn't work. There was moments where I tried to create something and I felt like it wasn't good enough. There was moments where I had situations in my journey of life where I wanted to attempt something, and in me attempting that, it didn't go the way that I thought it should, or people didn't applaud it the way that I think thought they should applaud it. And so because of those things, I feel like it stopped me from believing that I have the ability that I do have. And so in this conversation, what my thought process was is I wanted to be able to just tell you that I know that life might have happened. Like we might have had bad situations. We might have attempted some things and it didn't work, or we might have looked at what other people do or is doing in and what they're looking like they're bringing to the table. But what we do not know and what we cannot compare is you cannot know nor compare life. You don't know what experiences they went through to get to that place. Neither can I say I know specifically the story of things that you have went through and experienced that has gotten you to the place that you currently are in. So what I want to encourage you in is that the power to believe in yourself is to realize that the experiences that I have has given unto me tools, strength, wisdom, guidance, things that I can be able to live by and function in, things that may not have worked, things that did work, things that I have creative ideas about, things that I do not have creative ideas about. All of these things create and make me who I am. And because of that, with my shortcomings, with my strengths, with the things that I don't know about myself as of yet, because I have not experienced certain things, with all of those things, I can at least believe that I have the ability to do something. So I want to encourage you, because in the season that we're in, if we don't start breaking the system, if we don't start breaking the system of where you cannot believe in you, then it's hard for you to be able to say that I'm going to develop me. I'm going to be better than, because you already don't believe that you're good enough now. So the only way that we're going to develop, the only way that we're going to get to our destinations, the only way that we're going to complete the dreams, the only way that you're going to write the book, the only way that you're going to create the plans, the only way that you're going to have the life that you desire and want, is you have to start believing in you. You have to believe that you got what it takes. Now, speaking from a person of experience in this context, is it's easier, hear me, it's easier. It's easier for me to doubt myself. It's easier for me to not believe in my gift. It's easier for me to believe that what I do is not good enough. It's easier. Let me tell you why I'm saying that it's easier. Because when you say that what you do is not good enough, when you say that you cannot believe in yourself, when you're saying that you doubt what you can do, or how you are powerful, or how influencing you are, how influential you are, how much impact you can make, when you start to be able to doubt those things and do not believe in yourself, what it does is it gives you off the hook of putting in the work. It allows you to be able to say the reason why I'm not studying the way I should. The reason why I am not talking as much as I should. The reason why I'm not investing as much as I should. It's not because I don't have the ability. I don't believe in myself. And because I don't believe I have the capability of doing X, Y, or Z, then that means I don't have to put in the work. That means I don't have to put any effort into this. But once you start believing in yourself, once you start believing that you can do, once you start believing that you can create, once you start believing that you do have the ability to do whatever that thing is for you, once you start believing in you, what then starts to happen is you start to put in the work. Now you're responsible. You're responsible to be able to put the work in. You're responsible to put the time in. You're responsible to make the changes and the adjustments. You're responsible to be able to read the books that you need to read. You're responsible now to write the type of stuff that you need to write. You're responsible for now putting yourself in the right environments because of what you believe in yourself. You are now responsible when you start putting in this context that I believe in me. I'm responsible now. I'm responsible. I'm responsible for the work now. Because before I didn't believe in me, so I was not responsible for what was going to happen. Because, see, here's the thing. Here's the thing. Again, I'm talking from experience. I'm not just talking out of something that I read or something that I saw, something that I watched on TV. No, I'm talking out of experience. It's easy when you don't believe in you, it's easy to watch things not go the way you want them and sit back and just complain. It's easy. Yep, it's easy. It's easy to sit back and just be frustrated with life, but not want to make the change. It's easy when you don't believe in you. Because again, what you're also saying is I'm not responsible for that. Because now what do I do? Now, because I do not believe in myself, I do not believe in what I can create, I do not believe in what I can bring, I do not believe in what I could do, I do not believe in X, Y, or Z, again, whatever that thing is for you. Because I do not believe in me, what I then can say is it's their fault that happened. Oh, it's my job's fault that this X, Y, and Z happened. Oh, it's this person's fault why I don't have no time. Oh, it's that person's fault why I'm not where I should be at, or why I haven't elevated in my job, or why I have not progressed with this dream. It's it's everybody's scenario of fault of reasoning. Why? Not because what they have done was not right or wrong. What they probably did wasn't right. What you not being able to get the position probably is a thing. You probably not having the support is probably a thing. But that has nothing to do with you believing in yourself. When you believe in you, there's no one that you're going to hold responsible for your progress but you. There's nobody that can hold you back. There's nobody that can stop you. When you believe that there is something that is important to you, when you believe that there is something that works for you, some people think that scrolling through social media helps them relax. That's what they believe. They believe that scrolling through Facebook, through their Instagram, through their TikTok, they believe scrolling through there allows them to relax. That's what they believe. So guess what they're going to do when they want to relax? They're going to scroll because that's what they believe works for them. The person that believes that going for a walk helps them to relax from their day. Doing some form of exercise helps them to relax after a long day of work or after situations or after circumstances or whatever that might be. After all of those things, they believe that this is the thing that helps them to relax. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to make sure that they do that exercise. They're going to make sure that they do their walk. The person that believes that eating snacks helps them to relax, they're going to eat that snack. The person that believes that they have the ability to start the business, they're going to start the business. The person that believes that they are going to be successful in that business is going to make the sacrifices that is needed to be able to make that business functional and work. The person that believes that their relationship is vitally important to them is going to put the right time in to make sure that that relationship is developed and growing the way it needs to. The person that believes in them will put the work in to get and go after the thing they believe they can do. But the person that believes that they're not good enough, the person that believes that they're not wise enough, strong enough, they don't have enough support, they don't have X, Y, or Z, the person that believes that will have dreams that they will never accomplish, will have ideas that they would never write down, will have plans that they'll never go after. Or you know these people. Let's just have a little combo. You know these people. They're the people that when you talk to them, they talk about all the things they want to do, but then before the conversation is over, they complain about where they are. And if you talk to them a month from now, they'll still be talking the same conversation. Because why? It's not that the goal or the dream or the idea is not accomplishable. They can accomplish it. They just don't believe they can accomplish it. So, what I want you and I to be able to do is start to make the shift and the change in this system of our belief. I need you to start believing in you. I want you to dare to be able to write a dream down, write an idea down, and actually go after it and believe in yourself enough to be able to say, I have the ability to accomplish this. Here's the question: how did we get to this point? Because our thought process we talked about, our emotions we've talked about, and now we're talking about our belief. How did we get to this point? The way we got to this point is because your thoughts and emotions created an idea, created a system, created this repetitive thought process that eventually you started to believe it. How do I know? Because that's the same thing that the news does. That's the same thing that your social media page does. That's the same thing that people that lie to people do. They keep telling the story over and over and over again. They give you evidence. They give you evidence of this story. You start putting pieces together because of this story. Now you're seeing things from the lens of the story, and then eventually you'll believe it. Let me say it again. You start thinking about it because you're hearing this story. Somebody told you you wasn't good enough. Somebody told you that you couldn't do this. A thought came in your mind that maybe the reason why I cannot be successful is because I'm not good enough. And that story kept repeating in your mind. Then your emotions got into it. And it kept cycling back and forth from your thoughts to your emotions to your thoughts. And then what it started to do is started to gain evidence. Now you start seeing stuff that approves the way that you think and the way that you feel. Now you start hearing conversations or people treating you a certain type of way that echoes the thought, echoes the emotions that you've been feeling. And then what it becomes, it then flows into this concept of becoming what you believe. And the danger of believing this is eventually, if you start living in this and the thought process doesn't stop working the way it has, and the emotion doesn't stop working, and you keep giving evidence to now what you believe, it now can get to a point where it's concrete, and now it becomes your conviction. Now this is what you are convinced is real. And it's difficult to be able to break somebody out of the cycle that when they believe, they will never be able to get out. No matter what you do, they'll never be able to be good enough. No matter what happens, somebody can drop $1 million in their lap right now, and they still will feel like it's still something wrong with me. I'll never be good enough. Why? Because they have had this echo of stuff that has been going in their mind and going in their emotions that has now created the thing that they believe. So we've talked about your thoughts. We've talked about your emotions and how to be able to break those systems. Now the way that you have to break this context of system of how you believe, what you believe about you, is you have to make the determination to change the story. You got to change it. Get some new evidence. Get some new documents. Get some new narratives in your life. Stop living by old conversations. Stop living by what old life have told you. Live by the context that you do have the ability. The reason why I know you have the ability is because there's no reason for you to have a dream if you don't have the ability to accomplish it. There's no reason for you to be able to see businesses and be able to have these desires to be able to create all these things, and you don't have the ability to be able to do it. There would be no reason for you to have that drive, that passion, that love for that thing if you don't have the ability to make it happen. You have it. You have to start breaking the system of not believing in you. You got to break the system. You got to break that system. No matter who else in the world does not believe in you, no matter who else in the world don't want to support your dream, no matter who else in the world wants to try to shoot you down, at the end of the day, you need to believe in you. I was listening to I'm scrolling on, I think it was TikTok. And I believe it was Coach Prime that made a statement, and that is kind of like, I don't want to say is going viral, but majority of everything this man is saying and doing is going viral, and I'm loving it though. But he made a statement and he says, what in the world, in a nutshell, what in the world, what would make you think I will believe what you have to say about me? Why would I let that move me? Why would I let what you have to say move what I believe in my own self? And I thought to myself, how did he get to this point? He got to the point because, in a nutshell, he believed in himself enough and created evidence. Hear what I'm saying? He believed in himself enough and created evidence by what he does, that now he's at a point that you can't move him otherwise. You can't tell him he's a failure. You can't tell him he's not good enough. And it's not prideful. It's not even arrogance. It's just you believing in who you are. You're believing in what you were created to be, who God made you and designed you to be able to be, the impact that you're supposed to make, the influence that you're supposed to make, the things that you're supposed to create that's going to make the influence and the impact upon the lives of people, even if you don't become popular on TV, on social media. Even if the only people that talk about you is the people in your community, you were created to do something that was going to be impactful. Even if it's just in your house. And the greatest thing they talk about is how great you cook and how good of a father you are, how great a husband you are, how great of a friend you are, how wise you are. There's I talk about him a lot, and I know I do. My mentor, my mentor, if I mention his name, none of y'all know him. Only people that know my mentor is those that know my mentor. Like those that are close to me, those that are in my family, those people like that. Those are the only people that know who my mentor is. But I promise you that because he believes in himself, the impact that he's making right now, the influence that he has, the people and the stuff that he has created that will be able to be remembered, it's impacting the people that it was supposed to. So he cannot, I cannot, you cannot compare what we are supposed to be doing, how impactful, the levels of that impact. We cannot compare that based upon what we're seeing on our social medias and what we're seeing in all of these other forms of things that make people look bigger and popular. We cannot compare ourselves to them, because I don't know what your job is. I don't know what your requirement is. I don't know what impact you're supposed to make. So I cannot compare my built and what I'm built to do and designed to do. I cannot compare that to you because we're on two separate journeys. Your life is going in a direction. My life is going in a direction. You're impacting certain people. I'm impacting certain people. This is why this thing is important. That's why focus on greatness is what is doing what it's supposed to do. Why? Because I understand that there's a group of individuals that I'm supposed to be serving, and I have to serve them in a certain type of way. But if I do not believe that what I say and what I do will help the people that I'm supposed to be helping, then it will not go all that good, because I won't put the time in, I won't put the effort in, I won't put the studying in. I will not be able to develop or grow because I don't believe in me. And if I don't believe in me, then how can I impact you? I can't. Even if the impact of this podcast is only 5 people, 10 people, 500 people. I know podcasters that has thousands of viewers. Maybe I don't go that high. Maybe the people I'm supposed to reach is a small group of individuals so that I can be able to learn how to develop and strengthen and pour in, and what conversations we need to have, and what things can I be able to give to you, what stuff can I bring to the platform, what events can I be able to create that will help us. All of that is me believing that I have something that comes to this table. I believe in me. I believe that my voice matters. I believe that my mind matters. I believe that the gift I have matters. I believe that the skills that I have matter. I believe that my experience matters. I believe in me. I believe my shortcomings are important, because why? The shortcomings and the things that I have failed at, mistakes that I have made, give other people an opportunity not to fall in the same hole as me. But I believe in me. I believe that I matter. I believe that I'm important. I believe that I am skilled. I believe in me. I believe that I can do it. Now, I didn't always believe in me. I had to get to this point. We're going to talk about that throughout the rest of this month, but I had to get to this point. But I need us to be able to understand again that us believing in us comes with a responsibility. And the responsibility that comes with is now you're responsible to put in the work. Me having this conversation with you and telling you on this podcast that I believe in myself comes with a responsibility, because now I'm responsible to grow. I'm responsible to do some studying. I'm responsible to step outside my box. I'm responsible. I'm responsible to make sure that when I'm coming, that we're having some conversation that I believe is going to be effective. Not just talking just to talk. Yes, some conversations we might just have just regular dialogue. I might just tell you how my day go. I mean, I don't know. But what we are going to do is we're going to believe in ourselves, be responsible for the change that we want. And let's bring some evidence to the table. Bring some evidence that you are good, because I know you are. Bring some evidence that you do got a dream. Write it down. Bring some evidence that you do have some grand ideas. Write it down. Bring some evidence that you are skilled. Bring some evidence, not to me, to yourself. Prove this is a we it's almost like we in court, and the part of you that don't believe in you is on one side, and this new portion of you is on the other. And now the judge is sitting at the table. Your future, your destiny, your where you wanted to go is sitting at the front. And it's saying, now prove the case. The one that don't believe in themselves, that other person, that old you, can say, well, this is why we don't believe, because this person said that, and this happened here, and this happened here, and this situation, and that, and this, and I remember when I did this, and and this didn't go, and this, and so because of all of this evidence, it has proven this is why we don't believe in ourselves. But I want you to be able to say, no, this is why I believe in me. I believe in me because I have this. I believe in me because I can do this. I believe in me because I have this dream. I believe in me because I know that I'm skilled enough. I believe in me because I've been consistently working on a job. I believe in me that even that I've been faithful in doing this, this, and this. I believe in me because even though I didn't do that right, I know over here I was consistent with this. And there was moments where I wanted to quit and I didn't. I pushed and I sacrificed. I believe in me because I recognize that even though I might have more failures than success, what I can realize is I've never stopped. I can believe in me. That's why I believe in me, because I know I have the skill. I know I have the ability. I know I have the wisdom. I know I'm strong. I know I'm wise. I know I'm powerful. I know I have influence. My influence might not be thousands, but guess what? I have influence. Even if just at the moment my influence is in my home only, I still got influence. That's why I can believe in me. Bring evidence to the table. not for other people, for yourself, and stand on it. And every time you want to doubt yourself, every time you want to allow the other person, the old you, the old system to start talking, bring back the evidence to the table. Bring the evidence, because I want you to believe in you, because it's time. It's time for you to go forward. We're about to have a conversation very, very soon where we're going to be dealing with vision every time around the month of September, October. Me and my mentor, every year, we have the conversation of vision, and we're going to dive into it because I want you to have a vision for your family for this next year. I want you to have a vision for yourself for this next year. I want you to be able to have a vision for your business for this next year, for your money for this next year. So we're going to talk about that. So stay with me, because I want you, as you believe in you, then we can be able to change the future. I love you. And as always, thank you for being right here with me on the Focus on Greatness podcast. Talk to you next time. Bye bye.